What's up, everyone? It's your boy August BTC back again with another video. Today, we are going to do another quick portfolio update just to give you guys a quick rundown on what's happening and obviously documenting my journey. As you guys know, my goal as an options trader on crypto, where I primarily trade options with Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is highly volatile. The goal is to basically document how I can get to $10,000 from just starting with $1,000, which I've already done. Well, I've showed from the very beginning. If you go and check my older videos, that's why I've started this YouTube account to show you guys how this can be done, and how we can get to $10,000 trading Bitcoin options. So let's quickly dive into the portfolio, see what we going through, see what the market is doing, and walk you through the positions that I have open. Right. So first things first, Bitcoin is still on the recovery mode. We're still in the bear market. As I've mentioned, guys, if we look at a 200-day moving average, which is this orange line here, if Bitcoin is trading, if the price action of trading, the price action of Bitcoin is trading below this line, that basically means that we're still in the bear market. So you need to be really careful with the positions that you take. As you see, we've had a massive drawdown, and every bounce that we see that gets rejected at the 200-day moving average is just a relief rally. So you have to be very careful. So right now we reclaimed, we back above 65,000, which is good. We went all the way down to 62,000 over the weekend, but this blue box, sorry, it's a really strong level of support, so which is pretty good. So I just want Bitcoin to, see if we can go back up to the 70K's level. But at the end of the day, when it comes to setting options or trading options like I'm doing, I don't really care about the direction. I am bullish on Bitcoin long term, and I want Bitcoin to go to 100,000, 200,000, 1 million, but I still need to make money regardless of where Bitcoin goes, right? Same thing with Ethereum here. I'm also trading Ethereum. It's at a massive discount. I mean, look where it fell. It fell from all the way here to where it is right now. So this is a massive discount, guys. So if Ethereum goes back up again, there's a lot of money to be made. Again, it found some good support at this particular level here. This blue box, which is a great support area. It's currently consolidating, so hopefully we can have it back up above the 200-day moving average for it to be in a bull market again. Right, so let's check the news, what's happening. I always like to look at the fundamentals, at the macro, because this basically dictates the price action of the markets. It could be in Bitcoin, it could be in the stock market. This is very important, guys, when you trade options like I'm doing, to be really connected with the market, and Twitter is the best platform to do so. So currently, the latest update, we have oil prices extend losses, which is good. After the US Vice President says the Strait of Hormuz is open, Iran and the US have laid a very good foundation for a successful final deal. So final deal between the Iran and USA is still in play. That's why the price of oil are up. That's why oil prices are soaring, because of this war and tensions that's going on. So I'm really hoping that the war can end. It'll be really good for the market and, for mankind as well. So that's basically what's holding the market down at this current stage. So you really have to keep an eye on that. As mentioned, guys, I use Derbit, which is a platform that I use to trade the options, right? So I actually do the trades on here, but because the UI isn't the greatest, it's not easy to explain it to the community, or to my viewers. So that's why I've decided to, create a dashboard to make it a little bit user friendly, but all the trades are still here. It's just connected directly through API to, make it a little bit easier to understand. So let's quickly go to the dashboard. What do we have here? Here's a current dashboard here, guys. This is the positions that I have open. But before we have a look at the positions, how is the account looking? Right, let's see. If we have a look at the account, we are currently up, well, still down on the month, but up on a day. The day change, we're up $160. The total value is about $2,700, right? And for the past month, we are down $1,200. The goal is to get this back up to to $10,000. That is the ultimate goal. If I toggle into Rand here, you can see we are up, getting close to 46,000 Rand. The goal is to get this to 146,000 Rand, which is going to be above basically $10,000. So that is the ultimate goal. That is the equity was still pretty much down. We're down 21,000 Rand for the past month. So we lost quite a bit of money in Rands, but we'll get back up there if we just stick to the strategy. So this is basically the portfolio overall. in dollars and then in rand. So looking at the individual positions, what do we have? What is currently going on? First things first, as I always like to start, guys, we need to look at the oxygen. How are we doing? Initial margin and maintenance margin is very important to look at, because if this thing goes to 100%, you lose the entire money in your account, right? So this is through a portfolio margin, so you need to be very mindful of that. So currently I'm below 50%, so which is pretty good. We have a look at the available balance. This is basically the money that I have to, open up new positions. So if I show you the value in rand, it's about 26,000 rand that I have available to open up brand new positions. Right now, the total positions I have is about 10 positions open. I really want to keep it at that level, not more than that at a time. Because if I increase the number of positions, this value is going to decrease, and then the maintenance margin is going to go up, and we don't want that. So the day change from yesterday, we are up about $156 for the day, but the total PNL is still a little bit down. We are down 2%. So the PNL is the profit and loss of the total positions that I have here. So we're down about $57. I think last week we were down $350. So this is a big change, because Bitcoin and Ethereum is up. So that is good. If we toggle it, so we literally down 1,000 rand. We up on a day 2.6, which is good. Theta, which is lovely. Remember, theta is what I live for theta, right? Regardless of what happens to the account, if this theta is positive, that means you're receiving $7.30 each and every day into the account, which is wonderful. In rand, that's about 120 rand. And the good thing is, as each day goes by, theta increases. Right, as we get closer to expiry, which is about 38 days, theta increases, which is great. So I love that. And what's another important metric is a premium received, right? This is a premium received only from the short legs. So all the legs that have basically a negative sign in front of it, and a red sign, basically is when I receive premium, which is what I live for. So this is how much I stand to make in 38 days, which is about, let's see, about 8,000 rand in 38 days. And the good thing is I don't have to wait for 38 days to capture this amount, right? The sweet spot is usually to manage positions 21 days into expiry. So I can definitely profit or capture at least half. The goal is to capture at least half or more than half of this amount within 21 days. So I'll explain how that gets done into further videos. So let's look at the individual positions. What are we looking at, and what are we actually doing? So as you guys know, I love trading strangles. Strangles is basically when you sell a put. I'm selling two puts, and you sell a call. You basically have a range. You're playing the range game. You're basically saying you don't really care in the short term or in a month's time where Bitcoin goes. You just want it to stay within a range for you to profit with the premiums. So I'm saying I want Bitcoin to be above 58 and above 59K, but I want it to be below 70 and below 71K in the next 38 days. Currently, Bitcoin is about 65K. So even if Bitcoin goes to 66, 67, 68, it's still respecting this range game that I have here. And that is how I'm basically going to be profiting by receiving this max amount of, or capturing this max amount of premium. So when the cost is green, that means I've received premium. So that is what I like. Okay, that's what I love. But what I'm also doing, so obviously right now I'm down a little bit on the positions. If I toggle to rand, you'll see the values in rand here. So we're still in a range game, right? So as we get closer to expiry, this will very soon turn green, because obviously theta is working in our favor. So what I've also done is I've taken a bullish position, because we're in a bear market and money is made in a bear market. So I bought a long call for Bitcoin here, which is slightly in the profit. I'm saying that I want Bitcoin to be above 62K in the next 38 days. So when you buy a call, you do pay premium, but you can still, this is basically the max loss, right? If Bitcoin doesn't go above 62K or go below 62K in the next 38 days, the maximum amount of money that you can lose is about this amount, which is about, 8,000 rand. So I don't really foresee Bitcoin going below or staying below 62K in the next 38 days, but if it does, this is the maximum amount that I'm willing to lose, right? So that's okay. Same thing here. So I bought a long call here, and I bought a long call here at 72K, which basically means if Bitcoin pumps drastically, I'm going to be making a lot of profit. That's the good thing about buying calls. It's really a good way to make a lot of profit, right? When you sell premiums, the maximum amount of money you can make when you sell premiums, like the puts and the calls, is only the premiums. So the maximum amount of money that I can make on this in 38 days is 85 and 97. Same thing here. But when you buy a call, the maximum amount of money you can make is literally unlimited. So if Bitcoin goes to 100K, 1 million, this thing will just continue going up to the right. So this is a massive bullish play, but it falls in line with the entire strategy. So that's why I'm loving the strategy. I just have to keep this going, and it's print, and it's going to eventually print. Currently only the long call is printing, right? So basically what's happening here is, if the market goes down, guys, I'm printing with the short calls, right? If the market goes up, I'm printing with the short puts and with the long calls. So that is the strategy that I'm running here, guys. I don't really care what happens in any kind of direction. I just want to profit. And that is the beauty when it comes to trading options. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Same thing. I'm selling puts, right? I'm receiving $32. I'm currently down a little bit. I'm selling a call. I received $72, which all of this gets added to the premium received. Down a little bit again. But then the bullish position that I took is for Ethereum, because Ethereum was really undervalued or oversold. So I said, okay, I want Ethereum to be above 1.6 in the next 38 days. I paid $180 for that, and I'm currently up $34 and only 20%, right? So if Ethereum continues to pump to 1.8, 1.92K, I can literally print on this position. Same thing with this long call that I bought here, which I'm up a little bit, 3%. So that's basically the name of the game that I'm doing here, guys. I'm running a strangle, a range game, and I'm running a little bit of a bullish bet because we're in a bear market, right? And I want to be greedy when others are fearful. That's the words of Warren Buffett. So that's why I'm having this bullish play in a bear market. So that's basically the positions that I'm running here, guys. This is basically a portfolio. This is the values in Rand, down about 800 Rand for the day, about 1%. So we're really close to going back in profit, which is great. The account is working. The positions will be printing pretty soon. All those red that you see here, guys, will very soon turn into green. I just want to keep you guys posted. So if you guys like the content, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, share the video, drop a comment if you guys have any questions, and I'll keep you guys posted, and I will see you guys on the next one.